Hey everyone, I'm Philip, and I've just received my purple belt, which in the Jiu-Jitsu world is a really big deal. This is me, and I thought I'd share with you my thoughts on how you can one day achieve this as well. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, it's really hard. It's really hard. I'm sure if you're searching for this video, you're looking for reasons to keep going, and you've come to the right place. I haven't quit once. So a little bit about myself. I've been doing this for about 4.5 to 5 years, full-time training 4 to 5 times a week. In those 5 years of full-time training, I quit once, and that was 15 years ago, right at the beginning of my journey. But I came back with a fiery vengeance, and I attained my blue belt, and then now my purple belt. So I want to explain to you how I did that to help you on your journey. In the future, I'm going to go into reasons why people quit Jiu-Jitsu. But for now, let's talk about how to survive your white belt phase first and get your blue belt. So first point, don't take it too seriously. It's gonna be a struggle, so expect to struggle. First point is going to be a mindset thing. If you're going to Jiu-Jitsu because you saw an MMA fight or a UFC fight, that's not the right approach. You're gonna be in for a rude awakening. You're likely coming into this with that kind of mindset, just like I was when I was younger. Just tough, full of testosterone, thinking I can beat everybody. This mindset doesn't allow for growth or learning, because you're coming into Jiu-Jitsu to fight and win, and those are unrealistic expectations. You need to throw that idea out, because it's not sustainable in the long run. You're just gonna burn yourself out, you're gonna tire yourself out, you're gonna drain yourself before you can even make it past the first month. So I implore you to stop trying to win and just try to learn. Of course, you still need to fend yourself, and if you can tap somebody, yeah, please do. But don't take it so seriously that you need to win every single match. Honestly, no one wants to train with people like that, and you're gonna have no partners, you're gonna struggle, you're gonna burn yourself out. It's a spiral. So you need to really tame your ego. You don't need to get rid of all of it, because you still need a little bit of ego to get those wins in matches, to push yourself harder. But you need to tame that ego, and you'll need to quickly embrace losing, because that's going to be a fundamental skill you need to learn. If you've never lost in your life, you always take wins, you're spoiled. Jiu-Jitsu is going to be a rude awakening for you. You'll quickly need to adapt and embrace losing, because that's a huge skill you need to learn in Jiu-Jitsu. No, it's easier said than done. Trust me, I've been there myself. But if you can somehow change your mindset, it's going to make a huge difference in your learning experience and your experience with Jiu-Jitsu and your journey overall. So don't try to win at all costs, because it's not going to do you any favors. You're going to save yourself from burnout, potentially major injury, or hurting others. Plus, no coach is going to want to teach a knucklehead or somebody who's unwilling to learn new things and just calm down and tame themselves. So keep it playful and try to learn. You're going to suck for a very long time. You're going to be confused, so in the meantime, don't take it too seriously. Walk in there with an open mind and try to learn new things. Don't try to win every fight. Don't try to crush the women in the gym. Just try to learn to relax. Tame your ego. Take a breath. And learn what's being taught in the day. Learn to tap out, learn to tap, and lose. And it's going to go a long way. Okay, so this next point is a pretty big one for me. This one may not seem like it should rank so high, but it was a game changer for me. So your heart is set on Jiu-Jitsu, and you're willing to put in the effort. You're trying your best to show up every day for every class. However, something just doesn't seem right. You feel sick, you don't feel like going to class, you feel intimidated for whatever reason. You just don't want to show up to class. You just feel a little bit disgusting. You simply just may not be in the right gym. So ask yourself the question, do you like your instructor? Do you like your peers? Do you enjoy going to class? If you're driving there, if you're dreading to go there, to be there around people that you do not like, you're probably in the wrong gym. This happened to me 15 years ago. I was training in gym. I was forcing myself to train in gym that I did not like. I did not like the people around me. I didn't know who my instructor was. I wasn't being paid attention to. I wasn't given any light of the day. I wasn't learning anything. But maybe because I was a knucklehead too at that time. I just simply was not having a good time training at the gym I was at 15 years ago. So I quit, but when I came back, I made sure I found the right fitting gym. I tried a few gyms around the area, and I stuck to one, and what drew me to it was the instructor, and then everybody else came after, your training partners. So the environment is really key to your success. If you're in an environment that you hate to be in, you're not going to be there for a long time. So make sure you find the right gym that fits you and your goals. Find an instructor that's willing to put effort into you. Find training partners that want to train with you and have the similar goals. So situate yourself in the right dojo, and for the long term, you'll thank yourself. So third point, you need to be consistent. Consistency is a big deal. So even if you're good at jiu-jitsu, if you're not showing up to class, you're not going to be progressing in the instructor's eyes. You thinking you're good at jiu-jitsu and not showing to class doesn't mean anything. You need to actually attend class. Your attendance doesn't have to be perfect. You just need to show up either at least once a week. Once a week is good enough. But you should try to show up 2 to 3 times a week. Even if you're not feeling motivated, even if you're dreading it, you simply need to show up. Your skills may not show it, but consistency over time. See yourself 1 year from now, you'll notice a huge difference. Just being at class shows to your instructor that you're willing to put in the effort, that you're there to learn, and that you're serious about jiu-jitsu. No instructor or coach is going to give you a stripe or upgrade you if you're always flip-flopping and not showing up to class. You simply just need to show up to class. You can't just show up 1 month and disappear the next. It doesn't work that way. If you do that, you're going to start back at square one. The instructor wants to see that you're committed to learning the moves that he's teaching every week, and also be able to apply it in live sparring. And it's not about what you know, what you taught yourself at home. That's part of it. It's cool to impress your instructor sometimes, but it's about your consistent attendance and learning through class and applying things that you know. And you can apply stuff you learn at home too, but your instructor wants to see a demonstration of your knowledge through consistency, showing up to class and applying your skills. Only then he can evaluate where you are and how far you are along your journey. So don't just show up for 1 month and then disappear for another month and then doing it again and again, because then it's going to take you 2, 3, 4, 5 years to get your blue belt. So consistency and attendance is important. Not only that, consistency builds muscle memory, sharpens your skills, improves your timing, make moves more natural and second nature to your body. Almost becomes second nature, right? You know the mechanics of the arm bar, but you're not going to be able to apply it the way you think you're going to apply it. But if you continue coming to class and applying it again and again and again, you'll notice those opportunities earlier and earlier, so you'll be able to apply those arm bars and whatever move that you've set your mind on that you've practiced consistently over time. So being consistent will pay off in the long run. So do try to aim for 2 to 3 classes a week. So 4th point, this is a little longer one. You want to stick to the basics. Basics being fundamentals, and just learn to tap and restart. The grind of just repeating your moves over and over and over again, jiu-jitsu eventually start to make sense to you a little more. You start to understand what frames are, where to position yourself, where to take grips, and eventually it just becomes easier. Try to avoid the advanced moves because you don't know what you're doing. You may injure yourself, you may injure others. I'm not saying don't try it, but you should try it when you feel you're ready. There are some people that go straight into the deep end, go learn advanced moves. They can do that, and they're good at fighting going backwards, learning all the advanced moves first, and they're always fighting for their lives in simple positions where they understood the fundamentals. They can get out of it and then apply their advanced moves. But that's just how it is. Some people learn. So I'm sure you heard of the term invisible jiu-jitsu. That's when it appears like you're putting in very little effort, but you're putting out a lot of pressure. This is actually an illusion. If you understand the basic fundamentals of jiu-jitsu, like framing, taking grips, where to take position, when to escape, proper distancing, weight distribution, timing, when to sweep people, just simply understanding your body mechanics versus other sides of bodies, then you'd have a huge advantage over someone who doesn't understand the basic fundamentals as you do. So I recommend sticking to the basics, and the advanced moves will come. Again, I'm not saying don't jump into the advanced end, but to me, understand the fundamentals first will lead to the advanced moves. You can work your way up from there. That, to me, is your fastest route to understanding jiu-jitsu as a whole, and will advance you further into getting your blue belt. Oftentimes, coaches and instructors will look at a student and they're practicing all these fancy moves, but they see them getting sweeps so easily just by having their body in the wrong position, improper weight distribution, wrong grips, simple wedging, not applying that. And that's why you won't be able to get to your blue belt if you're trying advanced moves, trying to show off to your coach. In your instructor's eyes, they want to see, are you understanding the basic fundamentals of jiu-jitsu? Are you positioning yourself correctly? How are you reacting to what your opponent is doing to you? Not you jumping straight into a flying kimura. If your instructor consistently sees that you're applying basic fundamental jiu-jitsus as bodyweight positioning, when to put on pressure, how to keep balance, posturing, if you're consistently doing that over time, you're gonna get your stripes. Your instructor's gonna reward you for doing the right things in certain positions as what a white belt should be doing and learning to progress yourself to blue belt. So I recommend you work on your posturing, using proper frames and grips, and using basic fundamental escapes like shrimping and just getting out of dodge. Maybe even just standing up. So if you can do all of this and then apply your advanced moves may be more successful. But on top of all that, the most advanced move that you should learn is you need to learn how to tap. Just tap. If you get caught, just tap. Don't let your ego get in the way. Tap like you mean it. Tap early if you can, or if you should. Don't wait till it's too late. Because the last thing you want is an injury, and that's going to set you back, maybe set you back forever. You'll never be able to get your blue belt. So just tap early. Nobody ever loses anything to tapping early. Just a little bit of your soul, that's all. I mean, you may be driving back in silence thinking about why Timmy tapped you, but who cares, right? So stick to the basics, learn to tap, rinse, repeat. And last and final point I'll make is try not to compare yourself too much to your peers. One way to really take the fun out of jiu-jitsu is comparing yourself to your friends or to peers or people that have been lesser than you but now are tapping you. This is one surefire way to take the joy out of jiu-jitsu, and you're likely going to quit. I've wrestled this with myself many times as well in the past, and at the end of it, it's not worth it. They end up quitting, and I'm still here. You just need to adapt and learn not to compare yourself to others and take it all as a learning lesson. You're having fun. No one's better than nobody. It's just training. Everyone's skill level is vastly variable at the beginning. During the first year, you may be way better than the person that started yesterday. And then a month later, that person's way better than you ever were 3 months ago. You may be an 8-month white belt, and all of a sudden, this random guy comes in, trains for 1 month, and completely destroys you. Probably because he's a D1 wrestler or whatever he is. He may be a judo black belt. You should not be comparing yourself to people like that. Just know that everybody's journey is like this. It's an incline with a slight curve at the top, and it starts plateauing. Everybody is like that, and the higher you go to the top as a hobbyist, your peers and you will have similar skill sets. You should be able to go one-on-one with them very evenly. It's at the beginning, it's hard because you see they're getting better than you, or you're getting better than somebody else. And you don't really know where you are, but you're taking the joy out of yourself because you're comparing yourself to people that have been catching up to you. You should not think about it like that. You should not think about it that way, because eventually you will get to a place where your skills are very high and your learning is going to be very small year by year, month by month. It's only exponentially fast at the beginning, and then it slows down at the top. That's for everybody. There are exceptions, however. There are peers that are jiu-jitsu freaks. That's the Mika Galvaos, the Gordon Ryans, Nicholas Marigalis, Mikey Musumeci's, etc. So don't compare yourself to those people. That person that came in yesterday in the gym, he might be that Gordon Ryan. Instead of comparing yourself to others, I recommend you find motivation to continue going to jiu-jitsu. So whether it be inspirational videos, watching competition footage, maybe even try new things. Maybe even compare yourself to yourself a year ago, or when you first started. Maybe you've lost a lot of weight, maybe you gained a lot of muscle. Maybe now you feel comfortable enough that you can defend yourself on the street. Just simply have fun, keep showing up, and keep learning. The belt will come when it comes. It's okay to yearn and want this belt, because I've done that. I've searched up videos saying, when am I going to get my blue belt? When am I going to get my purple belt? It's happened to me too. But just, if you love jiu-jitsu, if you like jiu-jitsu enough, you'll keep going and learn to stop comparing yourself to others that are way beyond you. Some people, maybe they're bigger than you, whatever, right? Just you're on your own journey. And the honest truth is, 1 to 2 years, it may seem like a lot of time, but it's not. Especially if you're having fun and enjoying what you're doing and learning a new skill. Just show up and learn this new skill. It feels like a superpower. It feels like a secret that no one knows about. You'll get there, trust me. This journey is harder than anything physically you've ever done. And when you reach certain milestones in your journey, those moments are bittersweet, and the high is very high, especially when you put in a lot of effort into getting there. It's just like getting a degree or a diploma or a PhD. It's the same feeling. Once you get there, you feel like, wow, I've made it. So savor that journey, because you won't be a white belt forever. Because once you're a blue belt, there's no going back, and that's a whole other monster. If there's a thing called Blue Up Blues, and I'll explain that in a future video. And with that, I'll leave you on your journey. Good luck, and stay the course.